People don't understand that talent is like 10%. 90% is hard work. If you're not gonna work, it doesn't matter how talented you are. So after I sang I'm Here, there was one category, and then the last category was Every Time I Breathe. And that song was for most outstanding, but it was for a quick study. So now, a quick study is basically when my voice teacher gives a list of songs to choose from, and you have to choose the song that you think that fits you, that you think you could sing pretty well. And I was deciding between Every Time I Breathe and also I think Alone by Jessie Ware. And I love Jessie Ware and her music, even though it's more pop, I feel like that fits me a little bit. But I chose Every Time I Breathe because it was definitely more bluesy, and that is definitely what I am all about. And I think it was a good choice because I was able to change it up a little bit. I sang some parts of the song an octave higher. I added some falsetto. I just made it a little different and try to make it my own as much as possible without making it a different song, but just making it my song. Running out good, just one back. Went by really late, and I had to be back there at 7:30 in the morning, and I think it was around like 11 when we got out, 10:30 to 11, and I got home probably around midnight, so I went straight to bed. And it was bad enough because I had to be there at 7:30, meaning I had to wake up around like 6, which I did. And at the competition, I was lugging a suitcase of all my clothes and makeup and accessories, because on top of singing, you're also judged by your costume. So you have to dress that fits the song pretty well. Anyway, I got there around between 7:30 and 8, and I had to do a duet with my partner, and she is super talented. It was a lot of fun to work with her to sing the song called For Good from Wicked, and I love that song. It's such a cute duet. I mean, it's basically one of the best songs to sing that is about friendship, and I love it. It's perfect. But yeah, we did the duet, and I think it went pretty well. In my mind, I tried my best to just really get into it as much as possible, because, you know, it would be the last time we were to sing it, and it's such a cute duet. I love it. After I sang the duet, I had like a 5-hour gap, so I was telling myself, I am not gonna wait here for 5 hours and do nothing. So I went home, I took a nap, I had lunch, and then I got ready and I put on the dress for the last song I was gonna do, which is Alabaster Box. And Alabaster Box was my own choice category. And my mom, I don't know, I guess it was one of those moments where she felt a little bit proud of me, like I felt that, but she didn't say it. I love those little moments with my mom. It's really sweet. And I think those moments are really important. So I drove to the competition again, and it was really funny because when we were called up, our teacher went up and talked to us, and she said, level 3, 15 and under are kicking our butts. And we were like, well, at least in my head I was like that. You know, that's my teacher. That's how she is. That's how, you know, she pushes you. She pushes you to further than you think you ever could. And I think we needed that. Because after she said that, I was thinking back and I was like, holy crap, you're right. I'm sure everyone's doing their best, but in comparison, we could do better, I feel. they were doing way better than us. So I did Alabaster Box, and there was a family, a mother and I guess a sister, who was so nice. They videotaped that performance for me because my battery was running low.
Like oil from Mary's alabaster box. Don't be angry if I wash your feet with my tears, and I dry them with my hair. There, the night we found me, you did not feel what I felt when you knocked his love all around me. And you don't know the cost. Oh, you're my alabaster box. I can't forget the way life used to be. I was a prisoner to sin that had me bound, and I've spent my days pouring my life without pleasure into a little treasure box. I thought I found, until the day when Jesus came to me and healed my soul with the wonder of his touch. Now I'm back to him. All the crazy what we are, I've been forgiven, and that's why I love him so much. And I've come to pour my praise on him like oil from Mary's alabaster box. Don't be angry if I wash your feet with my tears, and I dry them with my hair. You were there the night Jesus found me. You did not feel what I felt when you wrapped his loving arms around me.
So after that was the second to the last category before we were to find out who got finals. And I think it took them like 5 minutes to figure it out who got into the finals. I'll be really honest, I was kind of like, I don't know. There were some songs where I mess up here, but I was hopeful because I got into finals next time, and I was hoping I could do it again, because if I didn't do it again, then it just shows that, like, well, no. Even though I did think it shows that I didn't do as well, I was definitely competing against really talented people. So when I heard my name called, I was happy. And I was like, all right, well, let's do this. How this worked was different. Usually the judges pick the song for you to sing for finals, but this time we had to choose. And I kind of did not like that, because I was facing the trouble of picking a song that I want to do that no one else is not doing. There's this cute little girl, she's so talented, and she was gonna pick I'm Here, and I was like, well, if that's what she really wants to do, I don't want to like do that too. So I thought maybe I'll do Alabaster Box, and then I found out that someone else is doing that. So I ended up doing Mama Knows Best, and I was extremely nervous. Before I sang my song, I found out what I was placed. Within each category, you could place. So I won first and Every Time I Breathe, and then I got second for I'm Here. Those were two of my best songs. I'm like, well, gosh darn it. You know, I wish I could do Every Time I Breathe then, but you know, I'm not gonna do a quick study for the finals. And I did Mama Knows Best, and that was the best I've ever performed that song. Ever. And it really shows a lot, because each time toward the end that I perform it, I got better, better, and better when I was practicing it. And that was the best. Like, and unfortunately, I don't have the recording of that because things were going pretty crazy. After that, we found out who won, which was no surprise whatsoever, which was this little girl who did Never Enough. She kicked everybody butts. All the adults, all the kids, everybody. Because she was amazing. After that competition, I actually felt really good about myself. I felt great that I got in the space that I wanted to be, that I wasn't in the last time that I did the competition. So after, I think 2 weeks, there was like a break, and I had a lesson with Karen, which basically we talked about the competition and we talked about World. So what I learned was, even though I didn't place on the other songs, I was 4th place. So I barely made it to the top 3, and honestly, everyone was just so good. Everyone was so good, and I know the scores were really close. I was talking to my teacher, and she was telling me how the girl who won last time at the last competition, like, she didn't place at all. Apparently she's from out of state, and she was distraught, and how that she wasn't placed, so she worked very hard to win the competition, to do better than she did. And now I think about it, I remember how excited she was. She was just so happy. So, but it explains everything. And she said how some people didn't believe that all of it was just hard work, but I believe it. I believe it. People don't understand that talent is like 10%, 90% is hard work. If you're not gonna work, it doesn't matter how talented you are. I mean, like, that's why, like, a lot of my lessons before the competition, my coach and my teacher were both like, you know, you gotta get into the song, you know. And when I did, my teacher made a comment saying, yay, you know, you didn't sing pretty to me this time. And I was like, crap. This journey was necessary. It was exactly what I needed now that I look back a little. So that week of the competition, I realized that I'm not doing it for anyone. I'm not doing it for anybody but for myself. This is what I'm putting all this money into, these lessons and into like these clothes, everything into this competition, because I want to be a better singer, a better performer. And that's really what it's all important, because I guess that's the biggest thing. Like, I'm just, for like 2 years, you know, I just had this mentality of having something to prove, and I'm just so tired of it. I'm so tired of caring what people think. The only reason I'm doing this video diary is because it's a way for me to vent. It's a way to document the best time of my life, so I feel like good things are happening. And I don't have something to prove to anybody but to myself. That's the only person I have someone to answer to, someone to prove. I need to prove to myself that I'm going to do this. No one's gonna stop me.